Your reasons for listening to the show, well, those are your own. But just keep in mind that the views, information, or opinions expressed on the Tuttle Daily Podcast are solely those of the individuals involved and do not necessarily represent those of our sponsors. Yeah, it's called free speech, people. Nobody's forcing you to listen.
Get ready for your daily dose of Tuttle.
The all-time greatest intern/producer we've ever had, of course, Tuttle. Tuttle in Florida.
From the Hobo Fish Camp, it's the Tuttle Daily Podcast.
No wonder nobody likes you, Tuttle. Everything's a goddamn debate.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another edition of the Tuttle Daily Podcast. On the line with me, because I'm just jumping right into it, the one and only Charlie Alema. We got a lot of stuff to discuss today, in my opinion.
I guess we do.
Well, before we get into it, follow Charlie on Twitter at RealLameCharlie. We talked earlier, but I wanted to get into this a little bit. Yesterday, I don't know what got it started, but Seth Cush was like just messing with Soul Brother Kevin over something he said. And I ended up jumping in because Soul Brother Kevin, he was the best man at my wedding. Best man at my wedding.
Absolutely. You guys are friends.
Yeah, so of course I'm going to jump in and say some stuff, and I kind of did go overboard a little bit. I always do. I mean, why not? If you're going to do something, do it right, correct? I
believe so.
So all right. So automatically, I really can't even see what Seth is saying now because I've been blocked. By the way, that's such pussy hack type like situation and stuff, right?
Yeah, absolutely. The ever popular block and then reply to your thing so you can't see it, but then they look like they got the last word. It's just bull.
Mm-hmm. No, he posted Soul Brother Kevin in whiteface, but obviously it was because he lost the bet and had to dress up like a juggalo. So I don't know if that's what Seth was going for, but I wrote at Seth Cush, probably not a good look on your part to attack at the Soul Brother. I'm sure, like usually, you took things out of context. Might want to tone it down because I know a lot of stuff, my friend, and I wrote that. I think that was pretty light, don't you think?
Yeah, absolutely. You even used my friend.
Yeah, and then I wrote, Seth Cush, by the way, the tuxedo shirt you wore to the Tampa Bay Lightning event was very cringeworthy. You're the biggest passive-aggressive pussy I've ever met.
Oh, that's a little better. I like that one.
Well, I mean, it's seriously,
who wears a fucking tuxedo shirt? I mean, even when it was a gag in the 80s, people thought that was hack.
Yeah, Howie Mandel was the last person to maybe make it funny or something. I don't know. Yeah, but what I'm trying to say, though, is that here, let's put a couple of things together here on this whole thing, okay? Number one, you could not handle working on FM talk radio. Like he just cannot handle doing talk radio because he spent the longest time at 97X, and then he was the morning show producer at Hot 101.5, which is a top 40 station, and then he ended up on Drew Garabo's show. And like I've always tried to tell people, that Drew that Seth worked with was the nicest version of Drew that I've ever met in my life. Because like Seth couldn't have worked with Drew back in the Real Radio days. Seth couldn't have worked with Drew when it was in your face with Drew Garabo during the middays. It would never ever be able to happen. So don't talk shit about Drew. Yeah, Drew's had his ups and downs, but when you worked with him, it was the kindest Drew.
Yeah, he couldn't. If he couldn't handle that, imagine him in the Bubba Sirius days. He would have been there for about a half a minute.
Well, Bubba Sirius days, even early 2010. And then I wrote, by the way, post any pics of me you want. I'm not embarrassed of anything I've done. Might want to go up on a shirt size on that tuxedo shirt because you look like a C cup at the bare minimum.
Oh no! Could you see man titty?
Yes, you very well could.
Oh, gross.
And now, do you want to know, like, this just shows me the type of pussy he is. Oh, by the way, Seth, not everything has to be a gimmick. His profile picture is sideways, by the way, if you notice that. That's also another, like, Like, why do the weird ass stuff just to get attention because you're so bland and boring?
Isn't that the fat girl shot so they can seem less fat?
Yeah, I guess so. But this is what he replied. So I could not see this because unless somebody favored it, that follows me. So he writes, dude, you're 45. Wrong. About to be 42. You have no job. Yes, I do. I get paid to do this. Isn't that pretty much the definition of a job, Charlie?
Yes. I mean, yeah, I would suppose it is.
Well, I'm self-employed.
You are. And what's wrong? Isn't he at the time too? What is he
Yeah.
fucking doing?
Exactly. Your wife left you. Wrong again, Seth Cush. I actually left my wife.
Bad move. Go ahead.
Yeah. You couldn't even pick up scraps with Bubba after I left. Now, why would you even invoke Bubba's name? I don't even know. All right, and then congrats on having no skill set. By the way, I've been doing radio longer than you have. And by the way, you want to say I'm 45? Okay, even at 45, even if I was 45, I still look way better than your fucking balding bozo. He's getting the Hogan skullet.
That's never a good look. Never. You got to get rid of that or get some plugs quick, man. Maybe get a toupee.
No, get this though. That's the sad thing is that Seth has already had hair plug.
Oh no, they didn't take?
No, like honestly, maybe the hairs, the plugs actually killed themselves because they had to live through the cringeworthy everyday life that's known as Seth Cush. And by the way, you did have a great thing about the last name Cush.
Oh yeah, come on, just stop with the Kush thing. Everybody gets it. You smoke weed, it's edgy. It's about as edgy as a fucking middle schooler, dude. That shit's not cool anymore. Who cares? When everybody's smoking weed, ooh, I'm gonna go by Seth Kush still. No, it's hack as fuck, bro.
Yeah, it is. And then he said, "Congrats on having no skill set." By the way, I could quit doing this right now and get a welding job and make about $20 an hour
And get yelled at.
and get yelled at, but it would still be great though.
Hey, it's $20 an hour.
Yeah, leads to living with your mom. Right now I could go. I have enough money. I have enough money with the fish hustle, the just doing stuff around here locally. I'm not gonna say what, but you know, and doing the podcast, which I have sponsors, the YouTube channel. I'm monetized now. So I could easily do that. You want to know why, Seth Cush, that I live with my mom right now? Because it's during COVID. My dad just died. So, yeah, I don't want my mom to be left alone.
Makes sense to me. Well, again, why is he's invoking a bunch of stuff? He's projecting a lot, too. He's got to bring up Bubba, like you were saying, and then all this stuff. When realistically, isn't he doing the same thing? He does Podcast Jones, does one for the Lightning, and he does a mental health one, which, my God, if anybody's
it's the biggest joke in the world. That would be like me trying to tell people how to live their life and have good mental health.
That'd be like you hosting a drinking show.
Exactly. Like that would be exactly. And then he says, yeah, that's nothing to be embarrassed about. What a career arc.
Hey, you worked on Ron and Fez, damn it.
Well, I worked on. Okay, let's look at the shows. All right, let's look at my resume compared to his resume. All right.
Okay.
I started out with Ron and Fez, Florida legends, hell, national legends, in my opinion.
Yes.
Worked on Sirius, worked on some big ass shows, was on after Opie and Anthony. I mean, that's a big deal because at that time, Opie and Anthony was like one of the biggest shows out there.
Yes, they were.
And then I go to work with the Monsters in the Morning, nationally syndicated show.
Another big show.
Worked with Jim Phillips, worked with Drew Garabo.
Couple of legends.
Well, I mean, yeah, exactly. And then, I mean, you say what you want, even though I really can't stand him, is Shannon Burke.
Uh-oh, Burke Brigade.
Yeah. So I worked with him. Then I also worked with Calta, worked with Drew Grabo again, worked with Bubba the Love Sponge for way longer than you did.
Yeah, back when he was actually
He syndicated all over the place, had 10 markets.
and he was still a little bit of old Bubba, where he would cut a promo on you and actually make people, rethink stuff. Bubba used to be able to cut a great promo. I bet he could still do it if he got
Oh, he couldn't. He can. He
dialed
can.
up, but probably not good for him with the Mike McCarthy look.
I remember this was in my drinking day. One of the worst promos like Bubba cut on me, like because there was when he had cut a promo on the Puerto Ricans that owned the shop next to his race shop.
Okay.
And you know how we used to get cases of Miller Lite and stuff like that from, RJ Reynolds, or not RJ Reynolds is a cigarette company.
Jesus.
Anyways, we used to get beer from Miller Lite sent to us all the time. And we brought it over there. And you know what I did? I don't even know why I did it, but the biggest promo Bubba ever cut on me, I just took one of the Reds apple ales. Horrible, but that just shows you how much of an alcoholic I am.
Yes, absolutely.
There was one missing, and he fucking bitched me the fuck out so hardcore. Did I walk out? Say what you want. I never quit on Bubba the way Seth did.
No, and you never literally walked out. He told you to get out.
Yeah. He's told me to get out, but I mean, he has said, wasn't there like a couple of times where he just walked out of the studio and he would clam up like if something wasn't going his way or he didn't like it?
Well, even still, like anytime there was any shitting to be had on another person, he was right there. But yes, anytime the gun was back at him, pointed back at him, no, he could not handle that. Which I mean, not everybody can. It's okay, but don't try to go into a place like that and then think that having a thin skin is gonna fly. You just can't not talk on the radio. It makes absolutely no sense. Go be a producer then if you don't want to. If you want to have large chunks of time where you don't fill it in with speaking, go be a producer. Be a behind the scenes person.
Mm-hmm. Now, I don't even want to I mean, his resume is he's worked briefly on 2 talk shows. Like I said, he did Hot 1015 with Jay Donovan.
Oh,
and
was this after? So this was after the killing.
Yeah, yes, yeah, exactly. Yes, yeah, you worked with a murderer.
Yeah, AD after death.
But then this is another mysterious thing. He worked on Fisher and Boy, and you know who Boy was, right? That was Seth Kushner.
He was Boy?
Yeah, he was Boy. And that leads me to my next thing. Why go after SBK, a guy that is at home taking care of his parents? He can't go out because of his immune system and having a kidney transplant. And I also find it kind of weird because the whole Boy thing kind of, relates to Anna seems to have a lot of problems with soul brother Kevin. Never really could find out exactly what happened. There was absolutely no proof. It was all accusations.
Uh-oh.
And then, who was the guy that vouched for Anna Hummel to come on Bubba Show?
So you're saying that they may have a problem with certain people.
Yeah, it
doesn't take a genius to kind of figure that out.
Yeah, especially when you used to be called Boy.
What? Yeah, why would you? I mean, I know that it's not like it was the 90s when that type of thing, you could have said something instead of, no, we're going to go with Boy.
Mm-hmm.
What is that, like Stunt Boy? What did he do?
I don't know. It was just Fisher and Boy. I really don't know. Well, actually, Fisher was a part of the morning show before Ron and Fez went to 93 Won the Crow in Daytona Beach.
Stevens?
Yeah, not Fisher Stevens. I forget his Chris Fisher.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. You probably never heard him, but what I'm trying to say though is that what type of pussy are you to block though? Like I'll show you my list. I have nobody blocked. I have nobody muted. It just shows that you have such thin skin.
Yeah, why even bring it
Oh,
up? You're already done with all that stuff anyway. Why even argue with people about radio? You're not in it. So just it doesn't matter anymore. Go do your lightning podcast and your mental health facade. Because again, anybody that's taking advice from him about mental health needs to get their own reevaluated. Because
I mean,
it's not smart. I mean, cool that you're doing it. Hey, I hope you do well. But come on now, don't be. Don't fuck with people when you couldn't even handle working on the Bubba the Love Sponge show, dude. And it's not the hardcore days. It was the Twitch days when all you had to worry about is calling out bits and shit.
and by the way, you he was getting paid twice as much as anybody else was at the BRN, by the way, when times were tough. Like, I'm talking like probably $20, $30.
Good Lord, that's open mic numbers.
Yeah. So I know, but I'm not talking for the whole show. I'm talking like for the hours.
Oh, what?
Yes. Yes, he was getting paid twice as much as everybody else.
And wait a minute, and he has the nerve to say that you have no skill set. Did anybody see the after show abortion that he used to do? And why is it that the two people that can't talk at all when they were on the show, on the main show, have nothing to say, but as soon as it's their time for 200 people, then they have a whole length. They have show prep then. It's insane.
Yeah. It seems like they were more worried about like you said, you're more worried about their show than the show that's actually paying the bills.
Which that's a terrible mentality to have. I mean, I know that the show is not what it used to be, but come on, you're not even bringing anything to the table, including talking.
Also, by the way, Seth, from what I heard from people, before the end credits on the Bubba Love Sponge show would end, he would already be out the door.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you could see him packing up and leaving as soon as the thing, like he's Johnny Starr over there. I didn't get the memo on that one, that he's such a big name talent that he couldn't run out of there fast enough on days that he wasn't doing an after show.
I also heard a rumor that that listener appreciation party that they have every year.
Yes, I know of it.
You know of it.
Yes.
That was all obligated for us to go. When I was there, it was like there was no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, you had to go. And you weren't getting paid for it. You know that Seth actually got paid for that?
What? He got paid to appear at work?
No, he got paid to appear with all the big name people out there that cheered all the money that got invited to the royalty party.
Yeah, and wasn't that at the BRN?
At the BRN, yeah.
So he got paid to go to work to hang out with fans.
Exactly.
They gave him money.
Yeah, so that already gave him money. So that right there, all of you guys think that Seth Cush is this like innocent type guy. He's not. That was not a cordial leaving. Well, once again, like I said, was not a cordial like separation between Drew and Seth. Like,
and he didn't exactly leave great on Bubba either. Didn't he just kind of take off?
Yeah, he just took off. And also, for the people that do not know this, after he left Drew's show, he deleted the Drew Garabo Instagram account. And when he left Bubba's show, guess what? That Instagram got deleted as well too.
See, I think I know about a couple other Instagrams that may be getting deleted as well.
That is such a great reference. I'm sorry that. Look, I always think you're funny, but that right there might have been your coup d'etat, or I couldn't even speak because I'm laughing so hard.
Well, I mean, again, look at the count the dots, people, or connect them and then count them. And it all leads back to one person deleting these Instagram accounts.
Yeah. So I don't care what anybody says. For him to say perhaps that I left over, isn't that kind of like shitting on Bubba a little bit?
And didn't he go for those same exact quote scraps when nobody was touching him?
Exactly.
He should be thanking his lucky stars that Bubba the Bone lives rent free in Bubba's head, so he had to hire the first person that they casted off there. It's like a wrestling, you know what I mean? All these people are leaving
Oh,
the WWE.
WCW, they all come to WWE.
Yeah, he gives them these contracts, and he's like, "What? What do you mean Flair's not working this week? Not that he's Ric Flair by any means. He's more of a booty. He's the booty man, if anything. He's just along for the ride, brother.
No, he's a honky. You know what? The Seth Cush couldn't even. You know what? Calling him the honky tonk man. That's
a disgrace to the honky tonk man. At least that guy was a worker. He knew when to dial it up, and he could cut a promo. Seth Cush couldn't cut a cake. Well, he just eat it.
Yeah, he would eat the whole thing. Like he would, dude. It is so like the guy is. You know why he's so thin skinned? It's because all the fat is stretching out the thick skin that he probably could have.
Maybe medically, I don't know if that's correct, but
well, I mean,
one could assume.
Yeah, I mean when you assume, you make an ass out of you and me. God, that damn it! See, Seth Cush's like rubbing off on me. I'm making hack ass jokes now.
You are. Are you wearing a tuxedo shirt?
No, man. Dude, his boobs, like I don't know. I kind of got a little, it moved a little bit. I kind of got hot on the deal.
Maybe he's cranky because he's got back problems.
And
those around can be a lot.
And I want to say some other comments because I've talked to you about the nuclear bomb, the fat man or little boy that I have on Seth Cush.
You also talked about the little boy that you got in the shed, but we're not talking about that anymore.
No. But what I'm saying though is like there's a lot of stuff I know, Seth. So keep on, like seriously, like but I also have morals.
And you're blocked.
What? Yeah, and I'm blocked too, so he's not going to see it. This is now the second or third time. I mean, that's why I was blocked on all the Bubba the Love Sponge accounts because he was running them.
I think you're still blocked, and they don't even exist anymore.
Yeah, it just I don't know. It really, really pisses me off.
I don't know for sure, but wasn't he the reason why they lost, or because they lost the Twitter account when he was there, correct?
Yeah, the Twitter account was deleted while he was there as well, too.
See, and I know that he probably didn't have anything to do with that.
Well, not deleted. It wasn't deleted. It was
suspended, right?
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I don't know. Isn't that kind of petty to leave somewhere and then delete their social media?
I would never do that. I just look. You can ask Drew Garabo. I started in your face with Drew Garabo. Actually, you know how Drew's name is Drew on the radio?
Yes.
On Twitter. Okay.
Yes.
I ended up somebody secured Drew Garabo just straight at Drew Garabo, not straight Drew Garabo. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. What did they have? I have crooked Drew Garabo.
No, but I secured that one, just Drew Garabo, and I wanted to give it to him. And it just started building up followers. And then he called me even when I was off the show. He was like, hey, can I get that password and stuff? And guess what? I gave it to him.
Yeah, it's social media. The only ones you hold ransom are the ones like if an NFL team or something like that or some sports thing. Then you hold that son of a bitch ransom because you can make a little coin out of it.
Yeah, but could Twitter just like the government does, intimate, I don't even know, intimate domain where they just come and take your stuff?
Is that a domain and a negligee?
Yeah.
Intimate domain?
Well, I mean, the reason I bring that up though is like if you bought like all the NFL team like hashtags or Twitter names, like if you had at Jaguars or at Dolphins or could Twitter just take it from you, or would they legally have to like give you something for it?
Well, if you had those two losers, they probably wouldn't take it from you. But if you had a team like the Steelers or somebody that people actually cared about, not that I'm a Steelers fan, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, but that
winning.
But that intimate domain, I know that I'm butchering that, but it's where the government does take your property and they give you pennies on the dollar. Basically, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah. When haven't they been able to do that? They're lucky. Well, I mean, they did to the natives,
the Indians. But a movie that I saw the other. Did you ever see the movie Arlington Road?
Who was in it?
Tim Robbins and who was the guy that played the dude? And
Jeff Bridges.
yeah, Jeff Bridges. Okay. And Jeff Bridges, well, it all started off. It was about, homegrown terrorism. This was right after like Oklahoma City bombing and stuff.
Okay.
And Jeff Bridges' wife ended up dying. They didn't call it Ruby Ridge, but they made it. They basically said it was
set it up
Ruby,
like that.
Yeah. They set it up like that, and his wife ended up dying in Ruby Ridge. Which I kind of, you know what? I don't have a problem. No, I have a problem. I think the government overstepped their boundaries on that whole thing. Like, because the kids were told to protect the property and they went on the property. The government went on the property without their permission,
Yeah, all those hillbillies gathering at the bottom of the hill didn't help any too.
No, but what I'm saying though is that I don't want to ruin the movie for you, but it was like 96, 97.
I'm still going to watch the movie.
Okay, well, anyways, Tim Robbins is a domestic terrorist.
Oh, really? That's
Yes.
interesting. I could have seen it the other way around. So Jeff Bridges is the FBI agent.
Yeah.
Okay. That's actually interesting. You know what movie was great that Jeff Bridges was a detective and he was investigating not at close range, Blown Away, the one with
Hey,
him.
hold on one second. Mom, what's going on? I'm recording.
You got to leave all this in on the podcast, please.
I am. Wait, hold on. What'd you say? Yeah, I'll get in a few. I'll be right there, okay? Yeah, I mean, Seth was right. I do.
You do
live at home.
You know what? Looking back at that tweet, I don't think he said anything that was false. And you know what? And I got to take it back. You looked slim and felt in that tuxedo shirt. I don't have a leg to stand on. Look at who I'm podcasting with.
Yeah, I know. If you get a chance, watch the movie Arlington Road. I would like to hear your review of
That's actually what Tuttle's mom was saying. She said that movie was fantastic, and then Tim Robbins was looking quite good in it.
Yeah. The Emmys were very cringy, man.
I can't watch any of that stuff. It's so pompous.
But Cedric the Entertainer was so bad, man.
Was he?
So bad.
Honest question. Have you seen the Kings of Comedy?
Yes, I have. Steve Harvey was not even one of the comedians. He was the host. He was like the warm-up guy in between sets.
And he wasn't Steve Harvey's whatever. He can entertain people. I never found Cedric the Entertainer to be an entertainer. I think that's why he had to add it to his name. Bernie Mac, hilarious.
Oh, the best. He by far was the best thing about that whole thing.
I miss Bernie Mac.
I do too. And his delivery, man.
Oh, fantastic. And he got his start. He used to just grab the paper in the morning and tell jokes on the train and stuff. He's like, people be yelling at me, telling me they don't want to hear that shit in the morning.
But just the way that he would, he couldn't get away with some of the stuff he did back in the day, like the milk and cookie bit that he did.
Oh, yeah.
He was like, that one, the one boy, he's a F word for gays. And then, and he was like, that other bitch, she just walks down and just ignores me. You know how people look at you when they look at you up and down like you're small or shit?
So great.
He was I'll fuck you up, bitch.
Speaking of comedians, and we'll wrap it up real quick. What about Chris Rock getting COVID? Do you care?
I mean, he'll be okay.
Yeah, I think so.
He got the vaccine and stuff.
What if he dies from it?
We're
not wishing that on anybody, but how do you think that gets spun? Does anybody bring up that he then was vaccinated or anything? Not that I care either way, but he's one of those people that, a bigger name celebrity that just came out and said that they haven't. They act like this is some kind of, is there nothing more annoying than these celebrities announcing that they have COVID? Like it's some incurable disease or something like that. Like they have, they
Well, I
just
mean-
want. I'm not that they won something, but they're like, oh, I got COVID. You got to kiss your parents, and when you're not sick, and make sure you're masking up and do all this. Enough. We've heard that enough already. Because
What
you
about-
were at a fucking party. What about at the Emmys you were just talking about? Nobody wearing a mask at that?
No, they weren't. And what about Nicki Minaj coming out and saying that her cousin in Trinidad and Tobago has become sterile and it made his testicles swell up?
I think that's hilarious. Everybody needs to leave her alone. She's a godsend. Her and the other one.
Cardi B.
Yeah.
Cardi B.
Leave them alone.
Yeah. All right, Charlie. I appreciate the visit. Check out Charlie on Twitter at @RealLameCharlie. Maybe since I'm blocked, do you want to join the block group of being a part of Seth Cush?
I'll have to see if I
block
am
group?
blocked. I know that I said something back in the day when he was on Bubba that he didn't take too kindly to. I'll have to see if I can still see his tweets or not.
Because if you can see his tweets, man, please get one really good dig in if you could. That would be absolutely amazing. Since he's such a pussy and he blocked me.
Well, I think he's a kind fellow, and those tweets may have had some merit.
Yeah, let me go get my iced coffee from my mom.
Yeah, you better go get it before the ice melts, and then go watch Arlington Road, and then Road to Perdition.
Well, I've been watching Ted Lasso lately, and it's actually pretty good.
Yeah, again,
You
we'll
don't
talk
like
about
Jason Sudeikis?
I don't have a problem with him, but we will save that for another show.
All right, man. Have a good day, Charlie.
All right, you as well.
I'm glad you got that. I'm glad you got that done before it hit recording in progress. Welcome back to another edition of the Tuttle Daily Podcast. My good friend Sirach from the Weekly Review is joining me again. What's poppin'? See, I sound bad when I say what's popping.
No, you do not.
Let me ask you: are there words as you've gotten older that you're like, ee?
Like that I say
doesn't-
more or say less?
Well, no. That you say now, like when you were younger, that was cool, but now you're like if you said that,
I used to say jabroni all the time. I used to watch
Yeah.
wrestling.
yeah,
Rock
because
would
you're a
call-
big rock fan. You're a big rock
Yeah.
fan.
But he's the people's champ. Everybody's a rock fan. I
I'm
don't
gonna
think there's
stick this
anybody.
thing up sideways and shove it right up your ass. Jabroni.
what the rock? And then I could do like the eyebrow thing. I can do both my eyebrows actually.
You know, it's funny. When I was fighting women, I know this sounds
when
so
you're-
bad when I say I'm fighting
I was
women.
beating the shit out of chicks.
Yeah, no, but all the women signed up on this willingly, and if they ever beat me, they got like a grand. Okay, so
Wait. So wait. So if they beat you, they make $1,000.
they got a grant. They got $1,000.
What do you get? Nothing.
Yeah, nothing. But it all started out because there was a guy on the old Ron and Ron show, Ron Bennington, Fez Watley, Ron Diaz. His name was Billy the Phone Freak, and they called him Billy the Phone Freak because he was so good at being able to get any guests on the line. But he fought women, and then it kind of got carried on to me. But the OG was
passed the
Andy
torch down.
Kaufman.
He passed the torch.
You remember the OG was Andy Kaufman. Remember Andy Kaufman was wrestling women.
Was
all
he
the time.
But was he actually trying to win? Were you trying to win, or you just
Okay, so well, the thing. No, I was trying to rip bitches' heads off the whole time. If I'm just being honest, because it was we were in the age of equal rights, equality between the sexes and stuff.
Left?
Yeah, so I was like, yeah, I'll give you equal right and an equal left and an equal uppercut and an equal jab if I have to. But
Was there ever a chick that you were like, I don't know if I
Yeah.
got this one?
Well, I did get beat the one time against Chrissy Martin, but she was at one time the female heavyweight champion of the world.
Okay, I thought you were gonna say she's a tranny and she used to be a dude at one point.
No. Actually, she was the 8th girl I fought that day. But you got to remember, in between each round,
God
though, because
damn, 8 girl you fought that day?
yeah, I fought 8 girls that day.
That's a hell of a lineup, man.
But the first couple ones I took down in the first round, and then as I, being in the Florida sun, I got a little bit tired, and I wanted to make a little bit of a show of it. You see what I'm saying? You get
Wait,
what I'm
are
saying?
you guys boxing, with gloves?
Yes, gloves.
the whole 9 yards?
But
Okay.
I mean, not like MMA gloves, but 10 or 12-ounce gloves. So, like, I mean, there's not a lot of padding on them if you get what I'm saying. And like that, it was at the Miss Monster. I had to take a shot of liquor and chug a beer in between each round, to kind of give it a disadvantage.
I feel like just a disadvantage. I don't know. I feel like that would like enrage you even more.
So I'm
let's
already
get this
wasted.
guy super drunk on Jameson and have him fight some chicks.
Yeah, I was already wasted by the time I got to Christy Martin. Now, to show you how tough Christy Martin is, her husband, after she got out of boxing, tried to kill her. Like, stabbed her and shot her twice, threw her in a trunk, okay? And then, like, when he went, because he thought she was dead, went to open up the trunk to go bury her, she fucking was still alive and was able to fight her way out of it. So she got stabbed like 3 times with a butcher knife and shot twice.
Okay, so wait, where did she get shot? Like what, in like the leg or something?
I don't know, man. I just know like she got shot twice and stabbed 3 times.
How do you botch that murder? You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't feel bad about it that this is a bitch that got shot twice and stabbed 3 times, but
that's
a
dude. That might be borderline a dude. That's a dude.
No, that's
an angry dude.
That's a T-800 that was sent back from the future.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just being honest.
I'm a cybernetic organism sent from the future to protect you.
Yeah, but like I wanted to talk to you about something. And please, we can always talk, right?
Right.
Openly, right?
Is it about the
it was
missing
about
girl?
the Emmys last night. No, I already talked about the missing girl. Which I have my theories on that whole thing.
Yeah, I think it's more.
That guy, I really don't think he's on the run. I think he went out into the woods and killed himself.
You really think so?
Yeah, I do.
I feel like it was like an accident. You know what I mean? Because I feel
whatever.
But think
why
about it. Think about it. Like,
then why run?
What killer goes on a road trip, kills a person on purpose, and then comes back without that person and is living in that person's parents' house? Like, it's just it's like I want to get caught.
Because dudes are idiots. I've talked about this because, like, if you are a boyfriend, girlfriend with anybody, or fiance, or married, if your other half comes up being dead, you're automatically the number
suspect.
one suspect.
Yeah.
No, I mean, it's dumb.
And people forget, man, road trips are brutal. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not me when I'm on a road trip.
But they already had like body cam footage of this, like, domestic disturbance that they had earlier in Utah before they got to Wyoming. And the other thing, not a lot of people are talking about this. I mean, it's only been 9 days since she's been gone. Okay. Now they're saying they can't identify the body as of yet. Okay.
Right.
So what I'm trying to say, within 9 days, if the body was above ground, nothing messed with it, you should be able to identify.
I mean, you'll start. I think
that
you
person,
start
right? You want
like not disintegrating, but deteriorating at maybe like after a couple of weeks. Yeah, decomposing after a couple of weeks. Like, I mean, you're still like, you could tell who someone is, not unless like
animals.
Yeah.
Animals started eating her. We're talking Wyoming, where there are grizzly bears, black bears, wolves, foxes.
Maybe that's what happened.
Vultures.
Maybe she got attacked by an animal, and he was in so much shock and didn't know what to do or to tell. So he just all right. So basically,
what are you, fucking Johnny Cochran?
I'm just saying, Tuttle. Like, okay, so from the outside looking in, we always think what we think like, oh, I know what I do in this situation, but you really don't until you're in that situation. And a lot of excuse me, sorry, caught some water in my throat. But a lot of times, when people go through traumatic experiences, like, they panic and they run and they don't say anything. Like, there's been plenty of cases where it's like, well, why did they say something, or why did they do something immediately? It's like, because you're in a state of shock.
All right, so I will agree with this. Okay, after watching the movie Richard Jewell, do you even know who Richard Jewell is?
No, it sounds familiar though.
Do you remember the 96 Olympic Centennial bombing in Centennial Park, the bombing that was in Atlanta.
I was like 7, I think.
I know, but they're all right. So when the Olympics were in Atlanta, there was a bombing. Okay.
Okay.
And there was this security guard by the name of Richard Jewell that was completely innocent, but he alerted people about the bomb. Now they were finding out he was one of these wannabe cops or whatever, and then
so
the
he's
FBI,
doing more than he
they
should,
wanted to
pretty
pin
much.
it on him. Yeah,
Okay.
no, so they wanted to pin it on him. Well, come to find out, he was completely innocent. But, like, the person that actually set the bomb actually called in to the FBI and said, "There's a bomb in Centennial Park. You have 6 minutes." Okay.
Some clues like Scooby-Doo or some
now
shit.
they went to Richard Jewell's house, the guy that was a wannabe cop, and he was like, "Well, I just want to help the law enforcement. I'm one of them." And they made him get on the phone and actually say, "There's a bomb in Centennial Park. 6 minutes." Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like,
So-
hey,
so-
can you read this off the teleprompter, please? Like, yeah, no
Exactly.
problem.
So that, like, I used to believe, like, oh, I will talk to the cops. I'll talk to you. No. You know what the first thing that comes out of my mouth now?
What?
Lawyer.
Oh, you know what's mine? I say my name's Bennett and I ain't in it.
No, but do you get what I'm saying though? Everybody thinks as soon as you ask for a lawyer that you're automatically guilty.
Right. But you're
But
not. You're just protecting yourself.
No, because okay. I'm not grouping all law enforcement, but I'm saying that some of them do like to kind of close cases.
Yeah, make it easy for themselves, right? Nobody wants to do the work, and you know what? That guy looks like he should be guilty. So let's just go ahead and frame him more.
And I've always been in the mind frame of there have been a lot of killers that have gotten off free.
Right.
OJ, Casey Anthony.
He's a legend.
But what I'm trying to say is though, I would rather let a guilty person off than send an innocent person to the death chamber or to get executed.
Because you can always get that guilty person in the future. You know what I mean?
No, you can't.
But like you can there's
No, you can't. You can't double. I mean, OJ could come out right now and say, "Guess what? I fucking killed Nicole Brown. And this is how I did it. This is exactly how I did it."
But I'm
guess
saying
what?
like, okay,
they can't do anything.
Think about the people who admit to murders, decades after the fact. Yes, you may not be able to prosecute them, but no, you can still
I'm not
do
talking
something.
about that. No, once you try somebody for murder, you cannot try them again.
Wait, so what? But what about? Okay, so is it just in general? Like, could you try somebody for murder and then manslaughter later?
No, it's double jeopardy. Like you are cleared of all crimes of that person once you're found innocent.
So I wonder if there are cases out there to where like, all right, they go to trial and the jury finds,
we all knew Casey Anthony was guilty. That bitch killed Kaylee.
But what if the next day, like after the verdict came out, she was like, "And I did it, bitch." Like, could you do that?
Nothing you could do about it. Nothing you could do about it.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Who made that? The Constitution?
I don't know. I have no idea. But I mean, now if there's a hung jury, they can decide to
retrial.
Why is it when I always hear hung jury, I think of
people
12
hanging.
Black men in a jury?
Okay, I didn't think of 12 black men. I thought of like people actually hanging.
I'm just talking about hung. Just like
my
hung,
God.
like big penises or whatever.
No.
Like I was like,
okay, yeah. Wait a minute, try to switch it. Okay.
no, I mean that's what I was thinking of the whole time. I was like, oh, so what is it? 12
So
dudes
what,
with
they
big
just sit there with
dicks?
no pants on the whole time.
Yeah, they're just hung, like they're touching the floor.
And ladies and gentlemen, to our right we have the BBC jury over here.
Yeah, we have the Mr. Marcus is on the jury. We have
OJ is the defendant.
We have
Not guilty.
We have Mandingo. We have whatever.
Is there ever listen? Has there ever been a case where it's just like where like the jury already says like not guilty before you even hear the facts of the case?
Oh yeah, they are. You know when a black. Well, I'm sorry. I'm not a black person, but I would say. Yeah, but I would say
That's
like
racist.
listen, no. How many black people have been wrongfully accused of stuff.
Probably
If
more
I
that's
was a
actually
black
been
person,
lawfully accused of stuff.
and I got on a jury, I'd be like, oh, not guilty,
Nah,
not
see,
guilty.
but then like you can't, but then you can't do that. Like I couldn't do that because then I wouldn't want to mentally fit the stereotype of just,
Isn't it supposed to be a jury of your peers? Like, I mean, you
never
look
is.
at the movie A Time to Kill with Sam Jackson, where did you ever watch that movie?
Is that's with no I did. Were they like
Matthew
damn.
McConaughey, his daughter was raped and brutalized. She wasn't killed, but these two white racists in Mississippi were going to get away with it, and he hid in a closet and came out and shot the both of them dead with like a machine gun.
Damn. This is like early 90s, right? This is a really old movie.
Yeah. Matthew
Okay,
McConaughey was the lawyer.
Okay. I get that mixed up with the one with Tom Cruise.
Oh, yeah, that was A Few Good Men. You
no,
can't handle
the one where it's like the poison in the water or something like that, like a cancer case.
Oh, no, that was John Travolta. That was Dark Water, but then you also
that was Tom Cruise.
No.
That was a young Tom Cruise, I swear. Where he's like,
no,
he's a new lawyer. Not A Few Good Men. He's a new lawyer, and he's trying like some company didn't want to pay.
You're talking about Julia Roberts and Aaron Brockovich.
No.
That was about water. That was all about water.
Some company didn't want to pay like workers' comp or something like that to someone with cancer.
I'll have to go back and look at that. But in the whole jury in A Time to Kill, Matthew McConaughey gives his summation, and the summation is basically your closing arguments, okay?
Yeah.
And he tells the story, and it's an all white jury, by the way, okay? And he's talking about, he's saying, it was like, imagine your daughter is walking down a dirt road from going to the grocery store, and two racists in a truck pull up. They abduct her, take her to a bridge.
Okay.
They brutalize her. They rape her. They hang her, and they throw canned food at her. And then she survives somehow. And then at the end, Matthew McConaughey.
You can't get hung and survive.
No, well, they cut her down. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they didn't like. They threw her in the ravine, the river, thought she would have died. And then at the end, Matthew McConaughey drops this truth bomb to the all-white jury. And then he says, imagine if she was white.
They'd be pissed.
I mean, it's one of those lines in the movies that, like, gives me goosebumps and sends shivers.
Yeah. I got to check it out. I got to, like, rewatch it. Excuse me.
No, well, see, I already caught you in a lie there. You ain't never heard of that movie before?
No, I have.
Life?
I just don't. I don't remember it. You
no,
have
but
you have like a movie Rolodex in your head.
But do you get what I'm saying though? Like he told the whole story of what happened, and then at the end he said, "Imagine that she was white."
Did they get the right?
Yeah, he got off.
Damn, that's a lot though. Just some things you would think would be more obvious, but. I don't know.
Now,
I feel like in the future it's just going to be robots, and they're just going to judge you based off of how they feel. Well, they don't have feelings.
Like
they're just going to judge you based off.
Like...
Yeah, it's going to be a probability thing,
Yeah. What like the ESPN like prediction scores of like players and
Vegas.
stuff. Yeah. Yeah, like that shit.
That's what Supreme Court is going to be in Vegas.
But I mean,
oh, man, you're breaking up a little bit.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you a little bit. It was just sounding like I was talking about robots, and then you started sounding like a robot. Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. So, all right. Tell me if it goes wrong. All right. So I'm watching the CBS National Morning Show that they have. You know, the one that Gayle King hosts. Oprah's like alleged. Because there's always. Do you believe the rumors that Gayle King and Oprah are lesbians with each other?
Probably. I think a lot of people who are high-ranking billionaires, not multi-millionaires, but we'll say upper echelon. You know what I mean? have like
Mhm.
some just weird secrets about them that nobody knows. But if someone found out, it would like destroy them.
Okay, so the reason I'm bringing it up is Gail King kept like alluding to the Emmys last night and how many like African Americans, female and men, that were nominated but did not win. Now, do you have a problem with that though? Because you got to think about it. Last year, Zendaya,
Uh-huh.
you know who Zendaya is, right?
Yeah, the chick from she's in Spider-Man
Euphoria
too.
and the Spider-Man movie. She
Yep.
plays MJ.
cute.
That she ended up winning for Best Actress in Euphoria. Okay. But like everybody made a big deal that there were so many black actors that were nominated, but they did not win.
Yeah,
And
but
she
just because
kept
you're
harping
nominated
on it,
doesn't
and
mean you're
harping on it,
guaranteed
and
to
harping
win.
on it. I understand that, but they kept making such a big deal about there not being any minorities winning the thing. Now, it's all subjective, and I'm
Right.
sure a lot of the people that judge on it are white.
And that's what I was gonna ask. Like, is it because I didn't watch the Emmys, but like, do you feel like the winners deserved it? Like, was it a good series? Was it was it a good,
well, like
was it a
Ted
good role
Lasso. Have you watched Ted Lasso?
No,
at
but
all?
I heard that it won a lot of stuff for some reason.
that bit, it won like 14 Emmys last night.
Is it
man.
that good?
And I started watching it today, and I gotta admit, I feel happy every time I get done watching an episode of it.
What is it about?
Okay, so he is a college football coach in the United States. Now, when I say football, I'm not talking about soccer. I'm talking about American football. Okay,
Americana.
American football.
American football,
So-
not that foot fairy stuff. I'm just kidding.
Now, do
They're
you
not foot
remember the
fairies.
movie Major League? Like back
yeah,
in the day,
with
it was
the-
a
with the-
baseball
with
with
the
the
chicks.
Indians. Yeah, no, that was that was a league of their own.
My
but
bad.
I'm talking about the movie with the Cleveland Indians that
Oh.
originally had Wesley Snipes in it as Willie Mays Hayes.
No,
You
I didn't see
remember?
that one. I saw the one with the chicks though.
Well, anyways, the woman inherits the Cleveland Indians, and she wants to move it to
Is she
Florida.
white?
Yeah, she's white.
course.
So she wants the team to fail. Okay, so this England soccer team, which is football in England, but I have
Uh-huh.
to say soccer for the American listeners.
Uh-huh.
They hire this college football coach to come over and coach a soccer team.
Okay.
And it's
Now this is
funny.
Major League, right?
Yeah, Premier League. Like
No. I'm
Premier
saying
League
this is we're talking about the movie Major League.
No.
We're talking about Ted Lasso.
Same concept. They made Lasso that
Oh,
they
hold on,
the
Tully.
woman cheated on by her husband.
You're like in and out a little bit.
Oh God damn it!
Say something real quick.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you, but I can tell like the quality is like. Just keep talking. No, you're fine. I can hear you fine now.
All right, so what I'm trying to say though is that the Ted Lasso show is good to watch.
Wait.
I really do.
I think I know what you're talking. I think I have an idea what you're talking about because last year some
It's-
dude showed me like some NBC clip and he's like
it was a commercial for Premier League that Jason
Oh.
Sudeikis did. That what they did is that the commercial was so popular they turned it into a TV
series?
show.
What the
Yeah,
hell?
a series.
How often does that happen?
No, it happened with Brockmire.
Oh shit! Yeah, I'd never
Hank
seen it. I
Azaria.
just saw that commercial.
You remember Hank Azaria, the guy from The Simpsons that did like a poo and all the voices on The Simpsons?
No, but I can hear his voice in my head.
Okay, anyways, he did a movie or a show called Brockmire that was great too. It was about a baseball announcer.
Okay, I mean,
And
does that happen?
and it
Like, is this with Ted
that's
Lasso?
the age that we're in, though. Like a
I
commercial
know,
can
but
be
with-
so
but with Ted-
popular.
But with Ted Lasso, though, I mean, this is I assume fairly new. Like at least this year,
second
right?
season. It just wrapped up its second season.
I mean, let me ask you this honest question: is it that good, or is it just the competition is just
No,
kind of mediocre?
it's a comedy show that has a lot of meaning to it.
Is it funnier than Curb Your Enthusiasm?
I think it is.
What? All right, I might check it out. Was it on NBC?
No, Apple TV.
I don't have Apple TV. That's like so many fucking. Sorry, I didn't mean to swear, but
Do you
so
have
many
do you
streaming
have an
services.
iPhone? You have an iPhone, right?
Yeah,
How do you
And a
not have
MacBook.
Apple TV?
you got to pay for it, don't you? In this subscription service?
Yeah, but you know what's funny is that in any of the Apple TV produced like original shows,
Uh-huh.
it's funny how everybody has an iPhone though.
In the like in the,
In the
TV
show, no,
shows.
everybody has an iPhone.
Like the new ones that aren't even out yet.
Yeah, like I mean, they got the iPhone 13 and Ted Lasso. Like
Hey,
I'm being
Tell
dead
you, I'd say this. I think we lucked out with the iPhone 12 because I seen the specs for the 13 and seen some reviews and it's
really
pretty much
not,
the same.
Like, it's every other year. Like you
Right.
don't want like you get the 12, okay. 13, there's really not going to be that much of a
No.
difference.
No.
And then they always go like every other year where you get a big upgrade.
Right. Or something big changes or something like that.
And did you know that I found out that that remember a couple of years ago where they made a big deal? Like I think it might have been the iPhone 8. Think about that. Like iPhone 8 seems like so long
Yeah.
ago.
Like,
But like somebody found an iPhone 8 in a bar. You remember that? And then like
when he
guy
was like
from
a designer,
Gizmodo.
right? Or something
Yeah,
like that.
like the guy from Gizmodo bought it for like $50,000
Yep.
because it was an iPhone 8. And guess what? Apple, come to find out, Apple did that on purpose.
They did it on purpose? I thought that
Yeah,
guy, I thought
to build hype. To build hype.
yeah, but
This-
it was the
that-
actual phone though, and they leaked it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm under. This was like a double agent guy that just goes out and will like purposely like leave stuff, and then he's like a secret agent. Like,
yeah, but didn't they like the not the FBI, but like
yes,
the SWAT
they
team kick down the
FBI,
door
they
and all that crap?
Yes, yep, yeah, they did. But guess what? Guess what it did? It built up hype for the phone.
I mean, but Apple's already doing good. Is that like they're a new company on the scene or something like that?
I mean,
know?
but you got to admit though, there's not really been any big innovation since
No.
Steve Jobs died, though.
I would say this though. I think Tim Cook is doing a hell of a job since Steve Jobs. I mean, you got to give him credit. I mean, Steve Jobs died
but everybody
2015.
Yeah, but everybody looked for no, it had to be because I was still married.
Was it before
So
that?
I'd say 2012.
Okay.
But you got to admit though that everybody looked forward to a new Apple like keynote speech.
Yeah,
when
because
Steve
they
Jobs
make it like a
was
big
there.
freaking like event, and it's like a award show.
It's pretty smart, ain't it? Though I mean,
yeah, and it'll be like this year we added a different color, and everybody, oh shit, oh my god, is that red? Is that red?
Red?
Oh my
what,
God.
The red? The red's gonna go to help fight AIDS in Africa.
Yeah, I know, right? They're like,
yeah.
and guess what? Only $12.99. Like, wait a minute, that's way too much.
No,
And
but-
the sad part is though,
Yeah.
Apple is a hell of a promoter, but Samsungs generally are better phones, or Androids, excuse me, are better phones.
I don't know. You want to be honest? You want me to know why? Because my mom has a Galaxy,
Uh-huh.
and she's downloaded all types of stuff, and she's got so much
More.
spyware on her phone. Like, I mean, Apple does keep a tight hold when it comes to like apps they allow
Privacy.
on the phone and stuff. Like I'm just being honest. But back to the Emmys though. Like everybody was making a big deal about Michael K. Smith not winning for Lovecraft Country.
He was the one. Oh no, he was the one that died, right?
Yeah, he's the one that had that big scar down the middle of his face.
Yeah. He was gay too. I didn't even know that.
Yeah. Well, no, he was not. He was.
No, he was.
No, he's not gay in real life.
Yeah,
He was gay in the show The
I
Wire.
swear he was gay
as
in real
Omar.
life.
Michael K. White was not gay.
Michael
I don't
J.
think
White. Michael J. White.
Or
No,
Michael
that motherfucker's
J.
huge.
White. No, Michael K. White. Michael K. White was not.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna look it up real quick. Is Michael K. White gay? Question mark. Michael K. White gay? Question mark. Talks. Well.
And it's going to give you Omar from The Wire.
Uh.
The only reason you're saying he's gay is because of the character.
You can't do.
Omar
Well, all right.
The
So
Wire.
if you do gay stuff, you're gay, right? I don't know. I mean, not like.
No, it's acting. Like if me and you were in a movie scene, Like, say me and you were in Brokeback Mountain, the cowboy movie back in the day,
Okay.
and we were getting paid millions and millions of dollars, but we had to have simulated sex and kiss each other
Simulated sex.
on
It's like
the
some Matrix
on
shit.
no simulated sex. Like, in movies, they're not really penetrating.
Okay.
Okay, so that's what I mean by simulated sex. So what I'm saying, and then for us to be able to kiss each other, but we're both going home with $4 million.
He is gay. It says, hold on. The nuance of Williams' portrayal of the charismatic, unapologetically
Omar.
queer loner, one bold enough
Oh.
to rob drug dealers. This is his character.
Omar, exactly. I told you he's not gay.
God damn
It's the
it.
character, Omar.
And living a lie. Well, he's really good at being gay, I guess. No, I mean,
But
like,
what I'm saying, would you have a problem like if a movie like, hey, Tuttle and Tarak, we think you would be perfect for a remake of Brokeback Mountain, but we're wanting to push the envelope even more. We want one of the cowboys to be black, and we want one of the cowboys to be a nerdy white guy.
what did Will Smith say?
And I'll allow you to be the top if I'll let you be the top.
I'll be the
if
horse.
we're doing it. Yeah, no, I mean,
I would like to
you'll-
audition as the horse, please.
Yeah, you'll be the top, and I'll be the bottom if I have to be. Okay.
Hell no. No, I wouldn't do it. I'm sorry, I wouldn't do it.
Wait, for
I don't
$4
care-
million
listen,
dollars.
I don't care if we're acting. I gotta live with that shit like forever.
You're,
You can't.
you're-
If it happens,
you're-
it happens. I'm not homophobic, but I would not play a gay
no,
role.
Do you
or
want me
gay
to be
things.
honest? Do you want me to be honest?
Yeah, go ahead.
Your chick would be. She would break up with you if you turned that down.
4 million. So you
No, she would. I'm being I'm
Really?
being
You think
dead
so?
ass.
if
No,
I
she
turned down a
would.
$4 million Brokeback Mountain Part 2, obviously new directors. Well, I guess I'd be single then. I wouldn't do it, man. Will Smith
You
doesn't
really
do it.
then that means you're a homophobe.
No,
Wait,
it's not.
no,
It's
what-
just
Will Smith kissed people in his first Hollywood movie role, Six Degrees of Separation.
and has he
So
done it since? Nope. What did
that was his first movie role.
You ever see Tropic Thunder? Never go full gay. All right, in movies. I'm telling you, man.
Dude, you're gonna get a lot of hate on for this.
I'm not gonna
episode.
hate. It's just something. It's me personally. It's something I would
It's
do.
simulated. It is
Doesn't
acting.
matter.
It
Doesn't matter. It still happens. Doesn't matter. It happened. Lips touch.
Well, guess what?
Ugh,
when I got
butts
4
touch.
million, and then
You
I'm
kiss all the guys you would.
So you're
And-
telling me for 4 million you would not kiss a dude?
No.
You're
No.
you're.
So
you're a
you do it
fucking
for
liar.
4 million, and then next thing you know, they're gonna ask you, hey, would you mind giving like a
Buddy,
courtesy
buddy.
reach around for I don't know another 2 million?
Somebody could offer me $100,000 right now, and I would kiss a man. Like matter of fact, I would give an HJ. I would give. I would for $100,000. Like
I hope you have
would
like I hope whoever's listens to this, I hope they're a multimillionaire that's willing to call you out on that bet.
Tuttle@gmail.com. That's Tuttle with 2 D's, TUDDLE @gmail.com. If you want to pay
Two
me
D's,
$100,000,
one in the front, one in the back. 2 D's. I wouldn't do it, man. 4 million, no. It's just
you're
it's
saying
just,
4 million. I'm even saying for $100,000, I would. It's not. It's just like a handshake.
nah, man. It's nowhere near a handshake. It's literally it's almost like
You're
and
telling me
people
you
are
would
gonna hate
not
me for
jay
this,
off,
but mentally in
you-
my mind, I'd feel like it'd almost be like
you would
getting
not jay
raped.
off somebody for $100,000.
hell no. Myself. Anybody else? Nope.
I've lost
No.
a lot of respect for you.
What
I
do
thought
you
you were a hustler.
mean?
I thought you
I'm
were a
a-
hustler.
Listen, there's a limit of things I wouldn't. I mean, you can't get that back, man. You do it, rap. Your whole life changes.
Maybe,
you like
maybe it's
PF
a
in the back.
cultural thing. Maybe it's a cultural thing.
Maybe Michael K. Williams was trying to open the door for it for it to be
I'm
okay.
just saying,
You know how it is. I mean, it's just
six figures. I'm giving an HJ all day. Like,
okay. What about for 20 million? Taking it up the butt.
20 mil? Yeah, I would. 20 mil.
All right. 25 million. You gotta take it both ends.
Yes, I would.
Oh no, man. You gotta bet. I would rather work really hard and try to get a NFL contract for 25
And
million.
guess what? 20 million. Guess what? I'm investing that shit. I'm investing that. And when you're still like bartending or whatever or doing whatever, guess what? I'm gonna come in there and I will drop a grand.
All right, how
tip
about
on
this?
You,
For $1 million,
you'll
I
be
smack a butt for $1 million. Smack a butt.
No, you just don't want it bad enough.
No, it's not about wanting it. It's just that's just out of respect for
All right,
myself.
so
Not
then that
saying it's a
means you're-
bad thing.
Then that
Not
means
saying-
you're not comfortable with your sexuality.
No, I am, and I know
No,
what I
you're
don't
not.
like.
Obviously, you're not comfortable with your sexuality.
I would be uncomfortable if I was already a gay person. You know what I mean?
All right, well, let
And
me
didn't
ask
wanna
you
do
this:
it.
nobody knows.
Nobody knows. No, I know. I can't live with that.
Then that means you're not comfortable with your sexuality.
No, it doesn't.
Because there is
so like
no,
listen
there
to what
is
you're
no-
saying. Me being what is my sexuality right now?
You're heterosexual.
Okay, am I comfortable with that?
Yes, you are, but
Then how
you're
am I-
comfortable. But you're uncomfortable thinking that people would think you're gay.
I would think I wouldn't do it because that's what that's how I think. I don't know. I don't care about what other people think. I just wouldn't do it. Even if nobody
You just
knew,
said
I wouldn't do it.
$25 million.
25 million? Listen, is no price on this. There's no price on this. Listen, I'll say this. All right, just to make you happy.
$100 million.
Listen,
$100 million.
Listen, just to make you happy.
$100 million.
I'd give a dude a kiss on the cheek if like my family was in danger. Like if they were right in front of me, like I'm gonna kill this person.
You're homophobic then.
I am not. No,
Yes,
I am
you
not.
are.
I love gay people. I got a lot of gay friends. Well, actually, I don't. That's a lie. I don't know why I said that.
You obviously don't if you're going to turn down $100 million.
$100 million, man. I mean, let me ask you this: what would you turn down $100 million for? What's something you would just
There's not a
do?
lot. Not a lot.
You
I mean, I
can't-
wouldn't shoot my mom in the face.
Okay, that's that doesn't count. That's a whole nother level of extreme. But like, without anybody dying, what is something you would not do for $100 million?
Nothing.
Nothing. Okay, I'm gonna think of something for you. Would you? Huh?
Would I put a litter of puppies in a croaker sack and throw them into a river? Yes, for $100 million.
No. How about this? You gotta fight like 2 horses, 3 gorillas. Not 3 gorillas. 2 gorillas. Right? It's like it's a battle royale. It's a Royal Rumble. You guys.
I would try. I
In a
would
cage.
try my day. No, I've always brought this up. Like $1 million to try and fight Mike Tyson in his prime.
Wait, for $1 million? I do that for $100,000. You see, we just got different. We just think different.
No, because that just shows that you're homophobic.
No,
That you would
Or if I'm
rather.
homophobic,
You
then
would
you're
rather.
Mike Tyson-ophobic. How about that?
You would rather take a chance of dying than having sex with a man for $100 million.
Listen. We all have our.
I'm just being honest that you would choose violence and death over.
I woke up this
anything
morning
gay.
and chose.
Yeah, you woke up and you chose violence. You did.
All right, how about this? For $1 million, I'll fight Magic Johnson's son in the ring.
Oh, I mean, does he have AIDS? All right, I'm stopping. I'm getting out of here. Tell everybody about the weekly review.
Oh man!
Podcast.
the straightest podcast out there. I'm kidding. I'm gonna go to hell. Oh, gasoline draws on. Weekly review. It's what the fuck is my thing on? So Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Just type in the weekly review or just type my name, Serak. It's SERAK. I know, unfortunately, it's not spelled like the liquor, but I promise you I taste way better. But that goes out to the ladies.
All right, man. Well, listen. When I
I'm
got
not
my
homophobic.
$100 million,
Listen,
when
you
I
gotta
got my
bring me
$100
up some.
million, when I get that $100 million and I roll up on your chick and I just like drop down some money on her, shit, like you're gonna be like, oh man, I wish
With
I
6
would've-
dudes in the back.
Yeah, I
Where we
wish I would have
going?
had sex. I wish I would have had
We're
sex
going
with
to
that
the
guy.
all-white party.
Yeah.
No, I'd rather be about
'Cause
grade broke as shit than to do
with
that.
with 100 mil, I would be able to take your chick.
Nah, man,
I'd
because
be
there's
like,
people out there with 100 million who didn't have to do that.
But you're trying to tell me if I didn't roll up and be like, all right, here's like 10 mil.
All right, how about
right off
this?
the
What
bat.
if like all right,
All right, let me ask you this. Indecent proposal then, okay?
okay.
If somebody came up and offered you and your chick, like what would your chick say about this? If they were like, I'm offering you $10 million for one night with your woman.
Deal.
You have You are such a contradicting asshole.
What day is it? How much you say? 50 million? 10 million?
But you would let somebody hook up with your chick.
For 10 million? Yeah, and then I would just dump her and they'd be together and not have 10 million. God, he's an asshole.
I'm out.
It's been a pleasure.
All right, man. Bye.
Bye.
And that's the show for today. Thanks for listening to the Tuttle Daily Podcast. Hey, don't be a dickhead. Do us a favor. Like, share, and subscribe to the show. Also, check out the Tuttle category at 315live.com. The Tuttle Daily Podcast is brought to you by Starfire Transport, StitchYouUp.com, and PocketPairClub.com. Special thanks to show producer Vulture and co-host Sirach. Show voiceover service is brought to you by JCVoiceover.com and The Little Cheese Show. Download and subscribe to The Little Cheese Show everywhere podcasts are found. If you want to help support the show, go to paypal.me/Tuttle on the radio. You have something you want to say? Tuttle@gmail.com or leave a voicemail at 407-270-3044. To follow all Tuttle social media, go to Tuttle.net. That's Tuttle with 2Ds.net. Thanks again for all your support, and we'll see you tomorrow on the Tuttle Daily Podcast.
I get ignorant in normal situations.
What you mean?
What the fuck you mean?
What are you talking about?
Nigga, what the fuck is you talking about?
Oh, shit.